So in this video, I want to talk about something that I think holds a lot of us back in life. And it's this idea that we'll be judged or people would think something of us for the things that we do in our day-to-day life. Now, this is something that I've struggled with personally for many years. I always really feared what other people would think of me, and therefore I put myself away from so many different things. I didn't try the things that I've always wanted to do, such as putting myself out there on YouTube. I never really was able to do it because I always feared that people would judge me and people would think something of me. People might laugh at me, or people might ridicule me or bully me in school. And so all of these factors contributed towards me not doing a lot of the things I've always wanted to do. And that is why I want to make this video today. It's really funny because I was actually in many of your positions back in the day where, I feared many of the same things that you guys are asking me. You guys are telling me, how do I get on YouTube? How do I start my newsletter? How do I put myself out there? Isn't it all scary? How do you deal with criticism? How do you deal with hate? How do you deal with judgment? And I'm like, well, I was literally there. I was in your position and I was able to get through it. So what I want to do in this video is just share 3 things that really helped me overcome my fear of judgment, and maybe it will help you as well. By the way, if you're new around here, my name is Yath. I'm a junior doctor here in the UK. The first thing that I want to talk about is actually a physical book. This is the book, The Courage to Be Disliked. And this is because this book really spoke to me. In this book, it's laid out such that a young person or a youth is speaking to a very experienced person. And this really spoke to me because I kind of was able to put myself in that youth's position and think that, this is me speaking to the experienced wise man myself, and this is me gaining all of that wisdom myself. Throughout the entire book, the wise old man talks a lot about Adlerian psychology, founded by Alfred Adler, who alongside Freud and Jung were basically the 3 guys that have really shaped modern psychology. So basically what you get when you read this book is so many lessons from Adlerian psychology. And one of the biggest lessons that I took away from this book is that there are certain things that are your tasks and other things that are other people's tasks. One of the things that are your task is to do what you want to do. So whether that's starting a YouTube channel, applying for a really competitive course, or whatever it is, do what you need to do. And everything else is another person's problem. So whether you get accepted, whether you grow on YouTube, whether people judge you, whether people ridicule you, that's not your problem. That's someone else's task. And that's not something that we need to give our energy towards. So if you're in that position where you're concerned about what other people might think of you, or you're scared to even put yourself out there because you fear judgment, you fear criticism and all of those kind of things, and you don't really have the courage to do stuff, then I would really recommend this book. It had a huge impact on my life, and it pretty much turned my life around to the point where now I really don't care about what other people think. I do what I need to do, and if it's allowed, if it's legal, then I really don't care. I just do it, and I don't really care about judgment either. So definitely do recommend this book. The second thing that I want to talk about is a psychological phenomenon known as the spotlight effect, and this is a really helpful thing for us to understand. Basically what it is that we as humans think that there's a spotlight placed on us at any given time. So whatever we're doing, walking down the street, sitting in our house, we always think that there's a spotlight on us. Everyone is casting their eyes on us, people are looking at us, and people are observing us. And this really is not the case. Because everyone is thinking in the same way, we all think that we have a spotlight on us. Therefore, no one actually cares too much about what other people are doing. And a good example of this is that whenever I upload a YouTube video, I basically share it on all of my social media platforms. And then if you compare that to the sort of average number of views that I get on my videos, which is like 400 to 500 views, that's not even a fraction of the people that follow me. And then if you look deeper into that and look at the analytics, maybe about 50% of those people that actually watch my video might watch maybe 50% of the video, and then even a smaller proportion, maybe 25 or 20%, will watch the entirety of the video. So yeah, that's just a small example of how we can apply the spotlight effect and realize that, generally people aren't concerned about what we're doing or what we're up to. Therefore, it's totally acceptable for you to go about your own life and do the things that you want to do, because generally speaking, people are not really observing us. The final thing that I want to talk about is actually not a thing at all. It's a person, it's a YouTuber, and that's Nathaniel Drew. He is so insightful, and a lot of the work that he produces is such high quality, such impactful work. I think I first watched a Nathaniel Drew video in 2019 and have ever since been so inspired and encouraged by all of his videos to really put myself out there and do some of the things that I've been most fearful of. So why Nathaniel Drew? Well, Nathaniel Drew is basically like a nomad. He has no permanent residence, he's always traveling, always exploring, and he's always on a search towards mental clarity. And I think all of this in itself is really inspiring because it goes against society. Society will tell you that, you need to climb a corporate ladder or a career ladder, you need to have a stable job, you need to have a single place of residence, and start beginning to think about other things like family and so on and so on. But Nathaniel Drew basically goes against all of this. He travels the world, he explores the world, he does what he wants and shares what he wants in a way that's really insightful, and that for me is so encouraging and inspiring in itself. And that is why, if you're in a position where I was a few years ago, lacking in courage, did not have the confidence, and really thought that I would be judged for the things that I do, then I really recommend that you check out Nathaniel Drew's videos, because they will really encourage you to put yourself out there, try new things, and really explore the world, because really we only get one chance at doing all of these things, and we don't want to be wasting our time. And so to get you guys started, I would recommend 3 of Nathaniel's videos that I really enjoyed, and those are Why the Internet Will Discourage You, a video for introverts, and finally, how to create the life you want. And so with that, those are the 3 things that really helped me to overcome my fear of judgment and have really allowed me to do many things I've always feared over the last few years. And for what it's worth, I'm just going to say that over the past few years, more good has happened in my life by doing things and not really caring what other people think than not doing things and worrying about what other people think. So yeah, think about that, think about this video, and think about the resources in this video. Hopefully these will help you overcome your fear of judgment and help you put yourself out there. I hope you found value in this video. If you did, you know what to do. Please leave a like, a comment, and if you haven't already, do consider subscribing as well. These little things do really help me out. As always, stay safe, stay happy, and I'll see you very soon.